If you're a coach and you're considering doing the Thrive coaching program, I would say to you, it is a masterclass. It is finishing school. Well, maybe not finishing because you've got to keep going on from there, but it is certainly worth your investment.
Before the Thrive program, I was a coach, but I had areas where I thought, oh, I'm not sure whether I can coach someone. I'm not sure whether I can hold the space within this level of resistance that may or may not come up. But the Thrive coaching program has given me the training to be really confident.
So I was really challenged with, will I do the Thrive coaching program or not? Because I was going, we were having a really challenging time business-wise, and it would just, it seemed like, how do I invest in this right now? It's not a good time, there's stuff going on. So I took the leap and dived in, and it's been the best thing that I could have done. I'm so glad I did. I'm so grateful that I made the decision to dive in and do this, because it's really shifting my bottom line now. It's making a big difference.
So when I think about the top areas where I get value or got value out of the Thrive coaching program, I think the first thing that comes to mind is actually the philosophy and science behind the profile itself. So getting a real deep understanding of the level of work that's gone into the development of the profile. And when we're talking decades of research and almost thousands of years of philosophy, and that it is a science. It's not something that's made up, it's actually based in reality. And so that was, really getting a context around that and understanding how that had been developed. I mean, I love the part where there's been over 300 business leaders and entrepreneurs who've been evaluated as part of the process to really understand the ways of being that are actually effective in having those people be successful in their businesses.
If you're someone who's interested in performance or producing consistent results in any area of life, then the Being Profile is something that I would recommend that you look at. So what the Being Profile does, it distinguishes what are the various ways of being that you are on a day-to-day basis, and how those different ways of being impact the results that you produce.
The best way that I like to describe it is that it's an inquiry. It's a conversation of discovery. So there's no good, bad, right, wrong. It's just, here's how we look at your health to this particular score, this particular way of being. What I know for sure is that we can't interrupt our own patterns, but somebody externally can interrupt those patterns and help you with those ways of being. And that's where the opportunity for coaching can occur. And it's powerful. It is powerful.
It is a human being's inclination to want to hit the objectives that they set for themselves. We call that fulfillment. Now, in order for us to be fulfilled in the objectives that we set, we need to be effective. We need to be effective in our endeavors. In order for us to be effective, we need to be integrous. We need to be of integrity, not in the sense that majority of people talk about it, but in a sense that if you get all the bits and pieces, all the cogs in your machine to work at an optimum level, then you're integral. That leads to effectiveness and performance.
We have a program which is called the Thrive Coach Training Program, and it specifically looks at how you incorporate the Being Profile and the various ways of being in the Being Profile into your coaching. How do you coach someone around each and every area that we measure in the Being Profile?
The program covers the intellectual knowledge that we need to understand the elements of the profile itself. The knowledge to understand how to engage with clients, how to set up a coaching session, how to ask questions and the types of questions that are impactful and when to ask this type as opposed to that type.
The very short version about the Thrive coaching program is, if you want to become really masterfully in coaching, this is what you do.
Over a 13-week period, we actually cover all 26 aspects or 26 ways of being inside the Being Profile. And we take you not only through each of those ways of being in the Being Profile, but we also ground you in the best coaching practices. Like, how do you set up your coaching client, whoever that may be? How do you actually hold them to account? How do you structure your coaching sessions with someone? How do you ensure that you get the best results with your clients? Not only how do you get the best results, but more importantly, how do they produce results that they just never expected that they would get?
What I've discovered for myself as an experienced coach, that there's a whole lot more to learn for me. And one of the biggest things that I've learned is about asking the right questions. Now, I've had multiple questions that I've used over the years, and it's kind of been my go-to, those questions that I always ask that produce certain results. And what the Thrive coaching has given me is a whole new level of questions to work with my clients. And what that uncovers is really surprising.
The one thing that's probably improved my coaching has been asking of questions, and literally just asking the same question until you get an answer. It never would have occurred to me that I could just ask the same question.
First of all, I love the Thrive coaching program. It's been a real joy to participate in. It's been an intensive 13-week coach training program, working with other ontologically trained coaches or who are being trained in this ontological work, using the being profile as the framework for the coaching.
Going through the Thrive coaching program has been an extraordinarily powerful experience for myself personally, and also for my clients, because I'm now a better coach than I was when I began.
Working with the Ingenesis team and going through the Thrive coaching program, I was able to see that my lack of confidence was getting in my way, and it stopped me from having conversations with people that can really make a difference. And I've been able to confront that. I really took that on and challenged myself, and now I am very confident to contact the leader of an organisation and have a conversation with them about the difference I can make to them.
To be really confident.
My decision to enter the Thrive coaching program was a deliberate decision to move myself out of my comfort zone. Nothing ever happens until you get out of that comfort zone. I made a decision that I wanted to challenge myself as a coach and to learn what I didn't already know.
The reason why I joined the Thrive coaching was to get in contact with a bunch of coaches that are on the same wavelength, trained the same way, because it's easy as a coach to be a lone wolf. And I don't want to be a lone wolf. I want an environment where people are there to support me and I can support them. Because that's what it is to contribute and to make a difference.
If you're a coach, you may be at the beginning of your coaching career, you may be in a coach for a number of years. Why would you undertake the Thrive Coach training program? You would undertake it so that you would take your coaching practice, your personal performance as a coach to a whole new level. You may want to increase your income. You may want to learn how do you actually acquire clients, how do you retain clients, how do you demand more in terms of income from your existing coaching clients. The Thrive Coach training program is not just about developing your skills as an ontological coach, and it is an ontological coach training program. It's also about developing you as a coach from a business perspective as well.